Hey guys, what's up? This is Jay from Sentinel Trading Channel. Welcome to yet another episode of the Binbot Pro Trading Software. So it's actually a quick update to my current subscriber and also new subscribers, and also for anyone else that hasn't seen any of my videos on the Binbot Pro Trading Software. So for those of my subscribers that are in my mailing list, so if you guys haven't received my Binbot Pro Trading Execution Method V3, make sure the file name is V3 because I've just sent it out today. It was a minor tweak that's going to help you guys pinpoint in areas within the charts with higher chances of success. So if you guys haven't received my Binbot Pro Trading Execution Method V3 PDF file, please email me so I can actually send it to you. So I'm pretty sure that I've sent it all, but just in case that if you guys haven't received it, and for everyone else that is interested to actually receive PDF file that contains the method that I use to actually grow my account on Binbot Pro. So just a little backstory. So let me show you guys a balance of my journey of my Binbot Pro trading. So I started off with $500, so it wasn't smooth. It actually took like nearly, I think, over 500 trades in total, or including testing. So this is actually my main account. So my main account, I actually did 305 trades. So initially it didn't really go as smoothly. So a lot of people probably can relate to this. So if you guys watch my first episode, I was actually narrating some of my experience where I started off with 500 and then my balance dropped to 250, and then I figured that I need to do something and find some more consistent method in terms of setting my own robot. That's where we can actually identify areas within like the price chart or a market situation where we can best use Binbot Pro. Because the problem is the top 10 robot, these robots actually change according to market situation. If you actually realize the slider somewhere in their settings and stuff, but I think that is a problem where it may not be as consistent because we cannot identify areas within the chart where it works best, because the robot setting itself always changes. So hence I decided to make my own robot and test it out through various trades and stuff like that. And also there were minor tweaks that actually grew my balance to a few thousand. And my latest PDF that all my subscribers that are in my VIP mailing list are actually receiving the new method implemented, which actually boosts my count to like 11,000 up to now currently very close to 30 grand. I'm going to do my next withdrawal when I reach 30 grand anyway. So that's just a little bit of a backstory. If you guys want to know more, you can watch my first episode. And also if you guys want to know more about like what my new method is and how I actually came into developing this new method, you guys can check out my previous episode where I actually tested about 120 trades to actually pinpoint these areas using a sub account. So so that is that. If you guys are really interested in like receiving the updates on my trading execution methods and also one frequent test result, I will usually send it out through email in my special mailing list that is for subscribers that sign up Binbot Pro using my link. So if you guys haven't used Binbot Pro before, do sign up for Binbot Pro using the link below, because I will highly appreciate the support. And also I'll put you guys in this special mailing list so you guys can keep receiving updates. All right, so and remember, before you register, please drop me an email first and at these contact details you see on your screen right now, and also add me on Skype before you like to do the registration, and let me confirm first. So back to the topic for today. So I'm going to show you live demo or live trading execution that I use based on the trading view charts, which is going to tell us when to turn on the robot and stuff like that. All right, so if you guys are totally new and have not seen Binbot Pro, how it works and stuff, so this video is going to show you how I've actually executed my trade. All right, so let's get into it, guys. Alright guys, so it seems like we have an alert on GBP USD on the tradingviewcharts.com. So basically, the trading methods that we use depends on the ATR level. So ATR graph, which is the one with the yellow, blue and red line. So for this situation, the ATR is above the yellow line, so we are going to use method 1. So method 1 dictates that we should look at the RSI as well as the stochastic cross. So basically the first criteria is the RSI must be outside the channel. So as you can see, the RSI is the third graph in the areas way below. It is definitely way outside the channel or way below 30, and as well as the stochastic, it is about to cross. So right now, since the criteria for RSI is met, and we just have to wait for the stochastic cross, right? So as you can see, I've circled the ATR condition is above yellow line, so use method 1, and RSI is below the channel, so that fits criteria 2. So now we are waiting for the stochastic cross. So this is basically the first type of trading method that we are going to use to tell us when to turn on the Binbot Pro. So just for information for my subscribers that might think that the stochastic look a little bit different for today's chart. So this is actually a stochastic settings that I'm testing, but it is very similar to the one that I've shared in the PDF. So if I'll show you guys what's the difference later on after I executed the trade. So I'm testing these new settings, but in my opinion it's almost the same. Alright, so it seems like the stochastic is about to cross. So right now, yes, what we have to confirm is alright, I'll turn on the robot now. Yep. So we have to wait for the stochastic to cross, like the blue and the red line have indeed crossed right now. So, and hence I turn on the robot at that precise moment. So basically, if we look at the trading history, I've executed a put trade and it's already open. So let's see, I've about here, yes, all right. So the trade has already opened at that specific candle, so right now it's looking pretty good. So yeah, so this is basically one of two trading methods. Oh yes, and always remember guys, once you have an open trade, remember to turn off your robot, so it will not take another trade like after this trade is closed. All right, so just remember that it's a due diligence, just in case that you guys do not take trades that you do not want. All right, okay, so basically what we gotta do now is just wait for the trade to expire. And to be honest, right now I think the trade is looking very well, so it's pretty good. So let's check in after the trade has expired. All right, so see you later guys. Alright guys, so it seems that the candle totally went into the way that we want, so it is a really good win actually. So I'm gonna change the arrow to green. So it's really good guys. So let me show you my Binbot Pro. So my balance right now stands at 25,000, and here is the trade history. So put at about 728, and I've actually earned about near 2 grand from that trade alone. So that's a pretty good example for the method 1 that is in my PDF right now. So let's wait for another trade setup, and then that I'm gonna demonstrate. All right, so stay tuned guys. All right guys, so this is a next string setup. So pretty much same condition. We have the RSI outside the channel, and also the stochastic is about to cross, but you do realize that this is a different stochastic setting. So as I mentioned, although the ATR condition is the same, it is still method 1. So let's look at the ATR here. It is above the yellow line still, so we will be waiting for the RSI to be outside the channel, which is happening right now. And also now what we need is the stochastic to cross. So basically we need to wait for the blue line to cross the red line, or the red line cross the blue line. So as I mentioned, this stochastic is a little bit different. So the main I'm anticipating the blue line is about to cross within the next minute, so we just have to wait for the blue line to be crossing the red line, and we're going to turn on the robot. All right, so basically the stochastic difference is this setting, which is similar to the one in the PDF, is a bit more narrower. So it's harder to see compared to the previous one, previous example, but it is good if you want to enter the trade earlier. So that one is a bit later, the previous settings. So I might add both settings in the PDFs in probably a day or two. However, I think this method is actually sufficient enough because you position yourself early. Alright, so what we are waiting for is for the blue line to actually cross the red line and form an arrow like upwards, something like the one I'm drawing on your screen right now. Alright, so when it happens, the moment it happens, we're going to turn on the robot immediately. Okay, so let's just wait for the cross to happen. Alright, it seems like the blue line, we can see it crossing, pointing upwards now. So I think it's actually a good time to turn on our robot right now. Alright, so we have just turned on, and we're just gonna wait for a trade to be placed through the Binbot Pro trading software. Alright, so I think either the trade is already executed. Let me check. Yes, okay, the trading history says that it's a call at 8:02 GMT. So let's go back to, alright, my balance has decreased. Okay, so let's draw an arrow at 8:02 GMT, so it's a call. Let me change the color. Alright, so so the difference between the stochastic settings, this one and the previous one, although it is both method 1, so both are required for us to check the RSI. However, this settings, which is the one in the PDF, current PDF, is a little bit more sensitive, so you guys can actually position your trade early. So it is up to you. So let's check in with this trade when it's going to expire. Alright, so let's see you later again, guys. Alright guys, so it seems like our trade is going in towards winning direction. So it's actually winning pretty good from our entry point, so it's very good news. So you guys probably noticed already by now, like how to actually execute a trade using Binbot Pro and using the PDF method that I've shared with my subscribers. So basically I've actually broken down to two different situations based on the ATR level. ATR, which is the average true range, usually it signifies the volatility of the price or the market situation. So basically we will have different criteria for different market situations. So, and this is based on the test that I've done on my previous episode with a smaller account. I guess it's actually pretty effective. So I get the trade will actually close on 8:09 GMT, and it's just a few minutes, about less than a minute, and it will actually expire. So and just a short note on the stochastic, this stochastic settings, which is the same as the PDF file, although it's the same situation as the first example I show you, this one works pretty well as also. So I may or may not include the first setting because I still think that this current setting that I share in the PDF file is effective enough, because you guys can actually catch the trade early. I'll probably have to test before I actually suggest the second variation of these settings. Alright, so alright, I think the trade is going to expire in less than 20 seconds. And okay, so I think this is pretty much a very good two trades example for the method 1 or situation 1. So it is confirmed a win because there's no candle that goes down massively. Alright, so you can see my balance there is 27,000 already, and let me check the trading history. Okay, so here's my trading history. There's a winning trade, so investment was 2,500 and I've got a payout of $4,500, so it's about $2,000 profit. So that's very good actually. So I actually earned about, let me see, nearly $4,000 profit in about 40 minutes. So that's a very good session, because it's just so happened that the ATR condition is met, and then we get to catch these two trades right live for you guys. So but at times this market situation might be really bad, so we've got to wait for the appropriate market situation before we actually apply the trading method. Alright, so perhaps I should move on to one more example. Okay, be right back guys. Okay, so apparently we have another situation, another alert on a GBP USD. So it seems like our RSI is going to get out of the channel, and our ATR still holds above the yellow line. So this is a potential setup, and the thing is, this stochastic has already crossed each other actually. So actually this is one of the reasons why I had a variation of the stochastic settings. However, the condition is we need to wait for the blue line to kind of like form, or like form a visible cross with the red line. So right now it's pretty much parallel. So let's just wait for a blue line to form, and then we'll turn on the robot. So this pretty much is the third trading setup that we get. It's not always that we get like RSI alerts every like half an hour. It's not always like that, but we are lucky. So, alright, so if I zoom out these stochastic charts, we can see the visible blue line already. So hence we can actually turn on the robot right now. Alright, so I'll click run. Alright, so I think the trade will be executed in about like a minute or maybe two. Okay, so the trade is already open. So apparently it's a put trade at 8:22 GMT. So let me put an arrow at 8:22 GMT. Sorry, it's not 8:22. It's actually 8:15 GMT. So yeah, okay, so this may not be a really good trade, because I think there's the huge green candle that is actually quite a bad news for us, but we'll see how it goes. But typically I may suggest a new change to this criteria here. This is method 1, right? So we need to refer to the RSI chart. So what happened was, you can see in the RSI segment that I've circled there, the peak that actually went out of the channel is just a very small minute tip at the edge of the channel. So it's most likely hit 71, that's hence the alert. So for higher quality trade, you would want to wait for an RSI formation that goes above 73. So you might set your alert to maybe above 73 or below 27. So very much like the huge triangle outside the channel, the one that you can see before, the two RSI outside channel before the circled one, and this one is not really good. So in terms of quality, based on my observation, this kind of RSI crosses may not be as good as the bigger RSI crosses, but I would still suggest this improvement in the PDF very soon also. So it is better to wait for the RSI formation to be like over 73 at least, or maybe below 27. Alright, for a larger shaped RSI crossover outside the channel instead, so we get a high chance of winning. So not saying that this trade won't win, it's just that the chance is less, and as based on the entry that I got, it is a little bit disadvantageous, but we'll see how it goes after the trade expire. Alright, so be right back, guys. Alright guys, so unfortunately we've lost this trade. So well, it was just as I feared, because the RSI crosses, it didn't really give us a good chance. Okay, so we can see there's a loose trade over here, and alright, so my balance now is back to 24,000. So let's wait for next setup. So before that, I would like to discuss a little bit on the RSI condition that we followed just now. So obviously that was a situation 1 or method 1. It's ideal that we wait for a RSI to have a shape similar to the one I've circled, like a larger triangle. Not necessarily it has to be that large, or it just has to cross like away from the channel rather than the tipping one. So we will require the RSI cross to cross a little bit further, not just like 70 or 30. We will need it to cross like maybe 73 or 27. So I would suggest that we change our alert accordingly. So this is typically for the method 1 or method A for ATR above the yellow line. So I'd suggest that we look for RSIs like the other one as well, like second one that I circle, like the bigger one, that is clearly above or clearly crossing the line, rather than the one that we've got before that was crossing about 71 or 72, and then it just goes back into the channel and it didn't really gives us a good like winning chance. So I would suggest that we change our RSI level to maybe 73 and 27, or if you like you can change it to maybe 76 or 26. So under the alert settings I will have to change the upper boundary to 73, or you can choose 75. I put 27, or you can put like 20, 25 or 26. It's up to you. So I would say like the further the crosses is from the 70-30 channel, I guess it would be better winning chance for us. Okay, so let's wait for the next setup for more demonstration coming after this. Alright guys, so this we have alert on GBP USD. However, this is a crossing alert. So based on the charts, I gotta turn on the robot right now because it is the criteria I was looking for. So hold on, let me close some window. Okay, so why did I turn on the robot? Well, it is because this condition is actually using the method 2. The ATR is in between. Okay, hold on, I got a call trade open already at 14:12. Okay, let me turn off the robot now. Alright, so I've got a call trade open at 14:12 GMT. Alright, so that's here. Let me put an arrow here. Okay, so coming back. So why did I turn on the robot? So based on the ATR condition, which is always the first thing that we check, it is in between the blue and the yellow line. So we'll go for method 2 trading. So method 2 trading is like we will be waiting for a stochastic cross by using a different stochastic setting. So and we'll just place the alert on the stochastic cross, and since the alert has already sounded, and I have just activated the robot immediately after the alert has popped up. Alright, so based on the candlestick right now, we are probably catching a nice upward momentum just in time to catch it. So we'll come back and check out this trade perhaps in after it expires. But just for your information, this trading situation is based on the ATR between yellow and blue line. There's one I circled, and there was a stochastic cross, and that's why I entered the trade. And there's no need for me to refer for the RSI under this method and under this ATR level. Okay, so let's come back and check the results after. Alright, it seems that my balance has already increased, so it's good news. So we actually won this call trade right here. So you can see in the trading history here, so I've managed to win a very nice call trade. So based on the method 2 that is also based on the ATR level in between the blue and yellow line. So that's very good. So it shows that the stochastic settings is definitely working out very well. So let's go for one last demonstration before I end this episode. Yeah. Alright guys, so we have a different situation. Actually it's the same. Right now the ATR is actually a little bit above the yellow line, but I'm going to click run anyway, just because the ATR level was previously below the yellow line, and right now it just actually crossed over the yellow line. So I would suggest that we should use method 2 for this, unless the ATR lines are obviously way above the yellow line, like maybe 20% higher or something like that. So okay, let me get back. So there's an open trade at 12:27. So let me put down the arrow first. Yeah, 27. Okay. Alright, so I guess we are just in time to catch another upward momentum based on the method 2 trading method. So however, some people might say it is considered method 1, and I would also say it can be considered as method 1 because the ATR lines are above the yellow line. However, I would say that if it's just crossed over the yellow line. Like previously, like just 5 minutes ago, it was still below yellow line or just slightly above the yellow line, you still could use method 2 if you want, or else you can just use method 1. I think both are equally successful in this region. It is up to you. I haven't really get a precise breakdown, but I would say that if it is hovering just above or on the yellow line or almost parallel to the yellow line and very close by, you should use method 2 instead of method 1 when the ATR is way above the yellow line. Okay, so and hence the stochastic settings will be based on method 2 as well, which is similar to the previous example. Judging from the candlesticks right now, I think we are in a very good chance of winning. So let's check back in this trade soon. All right, so like after it expires. Okay guys, so I'm back. So based on the balance is 28,000 right now, so definitely I've clearly won the latest trade. As you can see in the graph, the price managed to hold high above the entry level, and it is considered a very big win. So it appears that method 2 works. So like I say, so do note if the yellow line is parallel to the ATR lines or very close by, you can just apply method 2 instead of method 1. Okay, so unless it is way above the yellow line, do use method 1 and remember to change the stochastic settings. All right, so that's all for the demonstration today, guys, people. So I hope this episode has been really helpful, especially the live demonstration. It's a clear example of how we switch between method 1 and method 2. Like as for the latest example, like the ATR lines are actually within the method 1 region. However, we can also apply method 2 because it's pretty close by or parallel with the yellow line instead. So if you guys want to know like when should we use the method 1 or what kind of ATR we can use, method 1, it's more like the first two example where we apply method 1. So the ATR there are way higher, so and the markets are more volatile there, so we'll need different stochastic settings there following the method 1 stochastic, so we can get a better timing instead of sticking to method 2. So as for the last example, it is fine, we can just still use method 2 stochastic settings. I really hope this video helped you guys in some ways. Do remember to subscribe to my channel if you guys haven't, and also like this video, and remember to turn on the bell notification to receive latest updates on my new videos. And lastly, if you guys are interested to trade alongside using my methods, make sure that you sign up using the Binbot Pro link in the description box or in the comment box. And also remember to add me on Skype and also drop me an email after you register with the information such as the email you use to register, which country you're based, and also which broker you use. Alright, so once I confirm it, I will send you the PDF file including the details of my trading methods, and then you'll be ready to trade Binbot Pro with a higher chance of success. Alright, so thanks guys, that's all for today. Trade safe.